pest control. The failure to put in place effective pest control management in food premises is the major cause of food business closures in Westminster. The two most commonly found pests within premises in Westminster are mice and cockroaches. These pests present a significant risk to public health because they can carry harmful bacteria that can contaminate foods and cause illness. Their presence in a food premises means that food preparation surfaces and equipment may become contaminated, placing your customers at risk. Early identification of pest problems and taking immediate action is critical to prevent infestation. The aim of this video is to explain what food law says you must do, outline good practice, explain the benefits of using a professional pest control service and what to expect, how to choose a pest control contractor, how to help keep your premises pest-free with the help of your pest control service provider, what to do if you have a serious pest infestation. Food law. The regulations set out clearly the responsibility of food business operators to manage pests. The regulations say adequate procedures are to be in place to control pests, and the layout, design, construction, siting and size of food premises are to permit good food hygiene practices, including protection against contamination and, in particular, pest control. Good practice. The law does not explicitly require that a food business must have a pest control service contract in place. In certain circumstances, it may not be necessary. However, for many food businesses in Westminster, having a pest control service contract is essential and will assist them in achieving effective pest control management. The benefits of using a professional pest control service and what to expect. Professional pest control technicians will have a broad knowledge and understanding of a wide range of pests and their life cycles. They will conduct a detailed survey of your premises, looking and deploying monitoring traps to identify the presence of pests. They should provide a plan of drawing of your premises, showing where they have located any poisons or monitoring stations so you know exactly where they are. They will identify any problem areas and bring them to your attention. They will use poisons to eliminate pests that will be the most effective available and for professional use only by trained personnel. They will be able to identify the pests and will know the most effective way to control and eradicate them. They will be able to identify and advise you on the measures you need to take to keep your premises pest-free. They will provide you with a survey report after each site visit, together with any recommendations which you can show to a food hygiene inspector. They will operate an emergency service so can respond to requests for help within 24 hours. How to choose a pest control service provider. When choosing a pest control service provider, you should always make sure they are a member of one of the professional trade organisations. British Pest Control Association, BPCA, National Pest Technicians Association, NPTA. Ask the service provider for evidence of their membership and qualifications. Using a fully qualified pest technician will ensure that you get the best pest control service. How to keep your premises pest-free with the help of your pest control service provider. There are some basic rules to follow to help ensure the pest control service is effective. These are: you have a legal responsibility to put in place your pest control procedures. You must not rely solely on your pest control service. You are responsible. Make sure your staff are able to identify the signs of pests and know what to do if they discover problems. Undertake your own checks for signs of pests. Pest checks should be completed as part of your routine daily opening and closing checks. Have a good torch so that you can check areas you cannot see under normal conditions, such as behind fridges and freezers and along floor-to-wall junctions. Make sure food spillages are cleaned up. Don't leave food debris on the floor, and when cleaning, avoid sweeping food debris into the floor junctions beneath equipment. Remember, if you provide a food source for pests, any pest control measures will be less effective. Don't leave any food out overnight. Make sure food and ingredients are put into closable containers. When your pest control technician visits, always accompany them during the survey. Share information about your own checks and work together. If you're provided with any recommendations to help prevent or control pest activity, you must act on the advice without delay. What to do if you have a serious pest infestation? If you experience a serious pest problem, you should close until the infestation is under control. Whilst this might be a difficult decision, if you cannot be certain your food will be safe, you must close. Contact the food team at the council to tell them you have closed and what action you are taking. Contact a pest control service provider without delay. They will help eradicate the infestation by implementing an intensive program of treatment. This is likely to require daily visits until the infestation is under control. Ensure all stored food is checked for signs of contamination and suitably protected by enclosing it within strong containers. If you find any contaminated food or damaged packaging, you must remove it from use and throw it away. Investigate and understand why the infestation occurred and put in place measures to prevent it happening again. Before reopening, all food services and equipment must be disinfected. Remember, if an inspector calls and finds evidence of a serious pest infestation, not only will the business be closed, the food business operator will also face court costs for the emergency closure and potential prosecution for the offence, resulting in a criminal record, fine and serious damage to the reputation of the business. By taking the decision to close your business, you can avoid this action being taken. If you have a serious pest problem and already have a pest control service contract, you should ask yourself why. Check the pest control service provider is competent and check you are doing everything you should to keep your premises pest-free. Effective pest control is critical for all food businesses. Don't let pests ruin your business. For more information, please visit our website.